Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be my pickups for April 2025. So before I get started on the pickups, I just a quick mention on the charity stream. I'm going to do a charity stream update for my next video. There's some exciting things to show on that. We've got a lot of things are picking up a bit of pace. We've got some stuff getting put together. We've got the Sega Saturn's coming along well, the Xbox One bundles coming on well. It's all looking good, so I'll show a lot of stuff off next video. And then we've got, look at that beauty up there, it's fantastic. We've got Jen, so Jen will fill us in on what's happening with her painting for this year, which is really exciting. But I will go into that next video. What else? That's it. Pickups. So pickups this month. Again, like I always think I'm going to be short on pickups, and I've always got bloody tons of stuff to show off. So the first pickup we got is this one here. So this is the game from the 52 Game Club Challenge for this month, and it's El Shaddai, the Ascension of the Metatron. I am on chapter 5 or 6, and I think there's 11 chapters in the game, so I need to get this finished. I'm off today and I'm off tomorrow, so tomorrow I've got to really knuckle down and get this done, because I believe the stream is going to be on, I want to say it's on Sunday, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, the stream's coming up soon, and I need to get it finished, so I need to get that. I need to plug away at that tomorrow on my day off. Hopefully I'll get it boxed and done. Really enjoying it. I think it's a pretty cool game. It's weird, really weird, but it's different. It's different weird. I quite enjoy it. Next pickups we'll go to is from Swap Shop. So Swap Shop, Sai was on it. Sai Ginger Hippie Gaming was on it. 2 swap shops ago. Yeah, 2 swap shops ago, and I had 2 games that I was interested in. Fantastic price. I won't go through the prices, but the prices was brilliant. Absolutely chuffed with the prices. And they've arrived today. So as soon as I got home today from my little game hunt, I came home and it was right at the door, and I was like, oh, fantastic, man! I've got even more to show off. So these games are brilliant. 2 PSP games. We've got Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. Solid game. I mean, I've got it already on the Mega Drive. It's right above my head, right there. Got it on the Mega Drive. Obviously, it's solid in the Mega Drive. It's solid everywhere you play it. But I'll give that a go. I'll torture myself playing this. Fantastic game. Really hard. But I'm looking forward to playing it. I really am enjoying picking up for the PSP recently. I've got another one here from Saturn. I've got another 2 there from my pal's shop. That we'll go get to in a wee minute. But Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins, brilliant. And then Capcom Classics Collections Remixed. So this has got a whole bunch of different games on it, and I love these little compilation discs where it's on PS2, PS3, PSP. Like, you can just chuck it in, you can play all these retro games. Like I've said many times, I'm not a big retro gamer, but I do appreciate them. I do like playing them now and again. Some of them do have nostalgia for me. So there's a whole bunch on here to play. What we've got here, we've got 1941, Bionic Commando, Captain Commando, Final Fight, Forgotten Worlds, Legendary Wings, Street Fighter. Is that the first Street Fighter? I've heard that's awful. I've never ever played the first Street Fighter. Loads and loads of cool games on there. So buzzing to play some old retro stuff. Next one we'll go to is Second Hand Shop. So these ones I got today from Second Hand Shop, and there's 4 PS1 games in here, and they're all priced more than £1. They're all like, I'll go through the prices. They weren't overly expensive. But the first one we got, was Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, and that was £1.50. Again, I'm not a huge Grand Theft Auto fan. Jay likes him, but he's banned from them because he's a wee shite. but he does like them, so I just picked them up anyway. Doing again. Another one that Jay likes, and another one my dad likes. My dad really likes these games. Is Sniper Elite games. So Sniper Elite V2 on the PS3. They're really cool games. I've never actually put much time into them, but I have heard they're absolutely brilliant. You can do them co-op as well, I think, can't you? Can you? You have to it's over the network. It's not split. Is it split screen? I don't think it is. Anyway, you can do co-op on it, which is quite cool. And then we got 4 PS1 games, nothing crazy. You know, I was watching Soup of Pants Gaming live stream last night. He's a top guy, man. You have to go and say hello to him and follow his channel, because he's really knowledgeable. He's really knowledgeable and just loves his games. But in the comments, what's his name? Wayne. Everyone calls him like Barry and Sandra and everything. Nobody really knows his name, but I'm sure his name's Wayne. Another Yorkshireman. We were talking in the comments, and we're talking about the prices of games, the prices of PS1, and he mentioned that his most expensive game was Castlevania for 400 plus. And I was just like, that's crazy. I can never imagine spending that kind of money on a game, regardless of what game it is. I don't think I could never do it. I could never do it. But then he was talking about how he trades a lot of stuff in and things like that, and I know a lot of people do that, and I think that's the right way to go for me. Like, if I was ever to do that, if I was ever to drop that kind of money, it would have to be moving stuff on, and I could never pay. What I'm trying to say, I could never pay for it out of my own pocket. No chance. Absolutely no chance. But anyway, watching that, and it was a really good Soup of Pants live stream last night. Was really good. Loads of folk in there chatting away, and Soup of Pants gave us a really, really good hot take. So you have to go back and watch it. He had a really great hot take that I think is quite taboo and you're not allowed to talk about, but it was a great hot take. You have to go and watch his live stream to find out this hot take, which I completely 100% agree with him on it. But you can't talk about that. Anyway, the pickups I got, the PS1 pickups. Back to the pickups. We got Donald Duck Quack Attack. So £3 for Donald Duck Quack Attack, which is a 3D platformer. Space Invaders for £3. And the good thing about these as well, the cases are good. Like, that one needs to be clean, that Donald Duck one needs a bit more clean, but they're all good cases, which is cool. And then we got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for £3, which I think I overpaid for this, to be honest with you. But when I saw this, I had a wee chuckle to myself, because Ross Bahaha was on 8bit 8 channel last night. He was doing a Who Wants to Be a Retro Millionaire, so he was on a retro gaming quiz game, and Ross absolutely smashed it. Of course Ross smashed it, absolutely destroyed it, man. And I was just phoning a friend and he didn't even bloody phone me, man, which I'm quite glad of, but he didn't phone me. Anyway, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Again, a nice case, if anything. And then we got Spyro Year of the Dragon, and I got home and I realised I've already got this. So if anybody wants a copy of Spyro Year of the Dragon on the PS1 Platinum, give us a shout. I've only ever played the first Spyro, ever, and I really did enjoy it. I played it back in the day when it first came out. I played it again on the PSP a couple of years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and then I've kind of footed around with the Reignited trilogy, which is a great trilogy of games, but I need to put in some more time into Spyro games, because they're pretty cool. So that was from the charity shop today. These ones are from Cash Generator, and these have been picked up throughout the month, so one day here, one day there, just picking up games whenever I pass by the Cash Generator up in air. And these ones are picked up all nice and cheap. I think the most expensive one is this one here, which is Yoshi's New Island, which is $5.99. Again, I'm picking up these 3DS games, like I mentioned in the last video, for my wee brother. So my wee brother has started collecting 3DS, so I managed to get him into like a wee bit of a gaming bug, and he's picking up 3DS stuff. So I thought I'd pick that up for him. I thought it's quite a cool game. What else did we get? We got Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 So that was £2.99. Never played any of these. I know there's a big following behind all the mangas and Naruto and Dragon Ball and all that sort of stuff. So I thought I'll pick up. It was only £2.99, so I grabbed it, and that could be put into the Xbox raffle bundle, I guess. It's not really for me. Next ones I picked up was a couple of PS4 games, which we got Trials Fusion for £3.99. These games are cool, rock solid, like really tricky. It's quite simplistic, but then once you get like right into it and right into the harder parts, it is bloody solid. Not put so much time into these games, but I have dabbled in them, but they become way too hard. Ni no Kuni 2, The Revenant Kingdom, £3.99. Again, I thought this was a steal for this price. I played the first one, I fell off the first one. Generation Pixel hates me for it because I just found it very babyish, and I have kind of fell out of love with RPGs recently, but I need to get back into it. I need to get back into RPGs and find the passion for them that I used to have when I was younger. I think just now when I'm getting older, I don't have much time to sit down and go through a grueling RPG. I quite like the short kind of action games these days. That's why I'm quite enjoying that El Shaddai. I just think it's simple, it's to the point. There's an A, there's a B, and you smash things, and then that's it, you move on. Nice and simplistic, just like me. Next one is Steep Winter's Games Edition, £1.99. I know that Ross Butthall is a massive fan of the first Steep. I'm sure it was the first one. I'm sure it was Steep. But this one's got the Steep, the base game, and then it's got the Road to Olympics expansion. I've played a little bit of Steep. You can get the wingsuit and all that, can't you? Aye. Oh no, I thought there was a wingsuit there. There's no. But you get snowboarding, skiing, and then you get a wingsuit as well, and you kind of fly through the mountain and all that. It was pretty cool. Haven't put much time into it though. But Ross Butthall, he swears by this game. And then we got for 50p, Sonic Generations for the 360. I picked this up, I'm sure I've got it already. I need to double check. But this is a really cool game. I've put, again, a little bit of time into this game years ago, and it was really cool. You know, we went from modern kind of Sonic aesthetic, like the look of them, not the 3D kind of Sonic Adventure, but the aesthetic of them. And then you go back to the kind of chubby Sonic from Sonic 1 and 2. It was really cool. Really did enjoy it. Just didn't put too much time into it, but I think I should play some more of that. I think I've got it in the PS3 one, I'm not sure. PS3, I don't know. But I got it 50p. You're not going to knock games at 50p. And on that, sorry, when I was watching Another Yorkshireman, and I was watching Griffle, Alex Griffle, they were finding games for like 20p and things like that, 20p and 50p. Man, where do you guys find these 20p games? I need to find more 20p games. I'm raging. 50p is the cheapest I've found so far. They were finding duck cheap games, 20p, 30p, 50p. Jammy gets. And then the last one I got from Crash Generator was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which was £1. The only Donkey Kong I've ever played was Donkey Kong Country 3, and that was part of the 52 Game Club Challenge, which Eddie put on the wheel, and I absolutely hated it. Hated every single. There's been a couple of poor games on the wheel on the 52 Game Club Challenge, and I'm struggling to think of a worse game than Donkey Kong Country 3. I absolutely detested every second of it. I thought it was slow and clunky and awkward, and I hated it. I'm sure the newer ones are much better because they're newer systems and a bit more responsive, I guess, but I did not like it one little bit. I should probably play that at some point. Alright, so that was all from Crash Generator. I can't even bother going through how much it was, but I will just quickly. So it was 1, 3, 7, 11, 14, I think 20 quid for those ones, which is pretty good for that bundle of games. Next we've got, well, actually my dad found a book for me in the, it's just in the kind of the shop local to me. Paul, I know them owner of the shop, because he went to this shop to get glass bottles of Iron Brew when he was up at the Titans. It is a Premier, so it's kind of shop just behind kind of my house kind of bit. And they've now got like a bookcase, weirdly a bookcase in the at the doorway, and there's always books in it. My dad found the book for us, and the book was the guide for Assassin's Creed Revelations, which is absolutely stunning. Like, it's a really, really good condition. It doesn't look like it's been used. And after watching Retro Ed's little, what was it, his shelf tour video, you know, the amount of books he's got, and I've got a few books here, like underneath the camera here, the phone. I've got loads of books. Most of them are like guides and stuff like that, but there's a load of what do you call it, art books and stuff, which is really cool. I should really do a room tour. I need to do a room tour at some point. I'll do a room tour when Dave Tyler does his room tour, then I'll do one. He's been promising his for longer. Next bunch we got was from my pal's shop in Maybole called Rytech, so his name's Ryan, and he always gives me an absolutely stunning deal. Like, I'll just go through all his shelves and things like that, and he sends me through the back and he shows me all the stuff he's got listed on eBay. He just says just make a pile, whatever you want, and he'll take it off eBay and things like that. So I've made a pile of games here. I put them on the counter and I said, how much do you want for them? And he said a tenner. And like, this guy knows his prices. He's no thick. He's no stupid. He knows his prices, but he just, one of the guys in the shop says, oh, that's a bargain. And then he just mentioned that, you know, I'm the only person that goes into the shop, I think, to look at his games and stuff, just have a chat with him in general. So he just gives me stuff for really cheap, which is really nice. I feel really honoured. But yeah, he gave me a bunch of stuff here, which is just class. And this one here, I don't know if I've got. I need to have a look. The first one is for the PSP, and it's Little Big Planet. I'm not sure if I've got this or not, but I've not played a Little Big Planet game in ages. I really need to play that one on the PS4, PS5, the Sackboy's Adventure. I want to play that one, because that looks pretty cool. And then I've never heard of this game. It's a 505 game. I wonder if Eddie had it, because he had the full 505 collection. But I don't know if he had PSP 505s. That's a question I need to ask. And it is Columu. Nope. Colum. No idea how you pronounce that. Colum. It looks like a puzzle game. Never heard of this. Never seen it before in my life. Never seen the cover art. No idea what it is. I'm 99% sure it's a puzzle game though, judging by the back. But cool. And oh, there you go. That's it. Colum. Never heard of it. And then a PS2 game, Iron Man. So I'm a big fan of Marvel. I really enjoy Marvel games. I don't have this. I don't think it could be that bad. I think it could be pretty cool because it's Iron Man, isn't it? Everyone wants to be Iron Man. I think it could be really cool. But I've never played it before, and I'm sure it's just nonsense shooting things, and I'm sure I'll have a good time with that. I'm actually looking forward to playing Iron Man. I like that a lot. And then he gave me three, in the pile was 3 PS3 games, which are all pretty, I'm not going to say expensive, because I know expensive, but they're expensive to me. Anything over £5 is expensive to me in CEX. And I begrudge paying CEX money. I don't know why, I just do. Going back to the whole Yorkshireman comments and things like that in that Superpants live chat, I begrudge paying CEX. I've got no issue taking stuff into them and flipping things and swapping things over, but there's something in the back of my mind that I just don't like paying money in CEX. I don't know what it is. I think I'm just twisted and awkward. But so the 3 games I got was Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. This needs a new case because it's a bit broken at the bottom. But I'm not a big one-on-one fighter. But again, like, I like DC. I don't like DC as much as Marvel. I think Marvel's better. I think the only thing that's better about DC is that man right there, Batman. Batman's cool as anything, man. He's so cool. Apart from that, I'm not really into DC. But I happy to have that, because I think that's meant to be a really good game, a good one-on-one fighter with a good campaign, so a good story mode. I'm pretty sure they have good story modes in them. This one here, again, heard brilliant things, and this is one of those games like back in the 7th gen I feel got overlooked. And again, it's by like EA, so it's Saboteur. And I've heard this is absolutely brilliant. I've heard it's like you play it in black and white. As far as I've heard from heaps of games, I'm sure, you play it in black and white, and as you start to liberate Paris, it becomes colour. And I think that's really cool, really different. But I've never played it before. I think it does look cool. Like, it's set in the World War II era, all black and white, and it becomes colour as you work your way through it and liberate Paris. Looks really cool. I'm pretty sure this is on the wheel for this year, so it's really cool. I bought this, and now I've bought it. I don't need to go out and get it again. But I'm looking forward to playing that at some point. Again, it looks like one of them kind of games that I'd be right into. And then the last one from this pile, which is the most expensive one, I think. I think it's like 15 quid in CEX. And Lee, the geezer, was talking about this on the Swap Shop chat, and it's Transformers Devastation. This game is superb, absolutely fantastic. The only thing that lets it down for me is it is a bit repetitive. It does get a bit. I've played this before, finished it before, absolutely love it. It does get a bit repetitive, and I feel like you get like energon cubes, and they turn into weapons and things like that, and you can make your weapons stronger and stuff. I just feel like all that stuff was tacked on at the end of it just to make the game bigger. If they just forgot about all that nonsense and just made it a linear Transformers adventure, you know, just A to B to C, like just a not linear action game, this would have been stellar. I just think it took away from it, putting all that, the kind of like, what do you call it? They're almost like loot boxes, but you don't pay for them. They're just like loot boxes, randomised and all. It took it away from me a little bit. However, the game itself, the graphics are absolutely stunning. It's all that G1 artwork, G1 kind of voiceover, like the music, the voiceovers, the graphics, the presentation are all, for me, 10 out of 10. That is so bloody good. The gameplay is a bit repetitive though, so that kind of drops points, and I think the whole kind of loot box of the weapons and all that didn't really, I just didn't think it was necessary. What a game, absolutely love that game. And that was all a 10 after that. And then I was walking out the shop and I seen this as well, so I've been picking up CDs. I know a lot of people don't like CDs. I know Dad and Laz does, and Eddie does. But I seen this and I was like, oh man, I used to have that. He said, just take it. So I took this as well for nothing. And it's From Dusk Till Dawn soundtrack. Like, when we were younger, whenever I say we, I mean me and my two brothers. When we were younger, we used to have like tons and tons of movie soundtrack CDs that we got given to us by our late uncle now. He used to always give us like, there's a few that I really want to get back in the collection. There was what do you call it? Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. Amazing soundtrack. What else was there? Oh man, there was so many. I can't even think just now. There was The Matrix, which I've got The Matrix. I got that a couple of months ago. The Matrix is a brilliant album. Desperado, I need to find that one as well. Like, there was so many. Aye, so that's what we kind of had when we were younger, like movie soundtracks. Spawn was another good one as well. Aye, so I got that for free. So can't beat a freebie. What? Ah, shit. And then the last game I've got to show for the pickups is This is a cracker. This is a cracker because this is a... In its original format, this game is these games are an absolute bloody fortune. I've got them both digitally on the PSP. I've tried to play the first one and I always get to the same point, up to the first castle, and then I fall off it because I can't even bother to, and I don't know why. I need to get this out of my head. I need to start playing RPGs and just get into them. But anyway, the game is Suikoden, so part 1 and 2 of the remaster. And this one's quite interesting because it was Pete Fighter 2 I was watching, and he showed off his pickups from the Red Art Games sale that was online, and that just triggered me. I was like, I've got a basket full there, I need to go and check it out, because I completely forgot. So then I went back to the basket and the sale was finished and it was like a fortune. I was like, damn it, I missed the sale. So then I typed into Google, game sales, and it took me to the game website, the British game, the store. And this game was £14, 14, and I was like, that can't be right. But then I had £4 as well delivery, so it essentially was £18 for this. So I put it in some of the group chats and things like that, and folk were saying, "Oh no, it's not available, it's not available," and I was like, "Oh, it is available because I just bought it." And I must have got the last one, so I got this for 18 quid with postage. I think that's an absolute steal, and obviously it's two of the best RPGs ever made. Aspexel will tell you. I know Eddie as well, he absolutely loved Suikoden as well. Everyone I've spoke to loves Suikoden, love it. I just need to get out. I need to get out this frame of mind, and I need to start playing RPGs. I need to get stuck into them and just invest all my time. But Suikoden's the last pickup, which I think's a banger for 18 quid. And I think that's it. I think that's all the pickups for this month. I'm sure it is. Aye. So please stick around for the next video. It's going to be a big update for the charity stream. I've got a cool announcement to make. Sorry, I don't have a cool announcement. Somebody else has a cool announcement to make. And then there is another cool announcement, which I can't really talk about at the moment. And then updates on the raffle prizes that I've got. Aye, buzzing. Looking forward to it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and take care. Cheers. Bye bye.